Oh, you poor baby. What you want to eat? I give you some bread. I guess you want some meat, maybe fish, right? Well, it's so interesting for you to be here. Yeah.
We are staying in this grand hotel in the center of Istanbul, the historical center, and I've got to say, for the money which we paid, I think we've got like a very nice experience. It's a part of the restaurant with this amazing view at the Black Sea. I think it was just really great in the morning to drink coffee, we had a nice breakfast. It's the interior area. Was just very good. I would say like close to fantastic. Really, the breakfast was good. The hotel, well, the money which we paid, which is $66 for 2 nights for 3 people. So it was just wonderful. Of course, like the streets in the historical area, they're very narrow, but the nightlife is quite vibrant. All restaurants are open, and lots of tourists just hanging around. The meal was good. Plenty of cheese, sausages, macaroni, salads, coffee, espresso. Was like really good. And right here you're sitting and eating, and here there are some seagulls coming. They want to get some food. We try to give it some cookies, but now not interested. Only sausages. But you've got to be careful with these seagulls because I think the kind of beak they have is just so big and kind of dangerous. We are staying in the historical district of Istanbul, Sultanahmet. It's the street where we are staying, where we got our hotel. And to be honest, I had some doubts about staying in this area, But once we came, actually I'm very glad that we came, because kind of at night especially it's like very vibrant nightlife. Lots of people, lots of tourists just, walking around, having a good time. Plenty of restaurants, cafes where you can sit and eat. Of course, when you come to a new country, you have a lot of concerns about hotels. Especially, I had some not very good experiences in the past, but we were lucky, and actually, I even don't mind recommending the hotel where we are staying. I'm going to show that just a bit later in this video. For the kind of money you pay, I think it's quite reasonable. So I think if you want to stay like a couple of nights in Istanbul, I think it was like a very good deal for us. Anyways, we just had our breakfast. It was very good, delicious, with an amazing view, and now we are kind of ready to go and just walk around the city and see what's here, what's going on, what's happening, what kind of I don't know, attractions, monuments, maybe some temples, mosques we have here. Yeah, I think the streets of these historical districts are very interesting because they've got tons of different shops where you can go and just buy something maybe what you even don't need. It's like electronic devices, sunglasses, cafes, taxis, everything is right here. And the tram. Look at this, I have like tons of souvenirs. It's like 30 liras, so you have to divide it. It's about like 75 cents for this stuff here, like to buy little souvenirs. That's the same, about 75 cents, something like that. So when you see lira, if you want to find out that in dollars, you have to divide by 40. Yeah, so it's like 50 liras, it's about $1.10, something like that. Different magnets they have, and tons of souvenirs. What surprised me, like in some of these shops, like the owners, they on purpose really don't want to speak English or just Turkish language. Not all of them, but I met a couple of guys. Yeah, so it kind of surprised me, and I asked him like, why not? Why don't you speak a little bit of English? And he said like Turkish, and I said okay. But look, beautiful. Certainly, it's something to bring home. Of course, many of locals they recommend Turkish restaurants, but I saw somewhere Domino's pizza, so I think I'm going to Domino's, really, the traditional way. They serve this in Turkey. I think it's like in many different countries. It's like in many countries, it can be different. Sometimes you meet like really great, exceptional service. Sometimes it's probably not the greatest, you know. But in general, if you have a problem, one way or another is going to be solved. They're going to be helped. For example, the Uber, Uber doesn't function in Turkey, like in Istanbul at least, and they have, so to say, like government service, government's taxi. And I asked the guy, like, so how does it work? He said they have like a special counter which is going to show you like how much it's going to cost by the end of your ride. And so basically, like, we drove from the airport to the hotel. Once we came, the driver told me, well, ask him like how much is it, and he said, just give me $40. And I'm like, well, I was told that it's the government's taxi, sort of. And he asked me for a tip, like, give me a tip. I said, okay, 100 liras, that's going to be your tip. But I paid with my card, and he wanted me just to give him cash. Well, I can understand why. Wow, that's a music shop. Look, all sorts of musical instruments, traditional. Well, I just love these Turkish trams. They're long, very spacious, and they just go one after another. Just so many of them. I think it's like the best form of transportation. Yeah, these street restaurants are like everywhere, just one after another. So many, can't believe it.